Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to How to Cultivate Bhakti, Lakhani Hindu Academy. So, how to cultivate it? I'm not sure. I think it kind of comes naturally, like you've said before, but how to cultivate it? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and get started. No CC.
This is the feature that we wish to promote. So we have adopted a variety of different ways of relating to the idea of the spirit. Let me just touch on some of them. The pathway that appeals to the Hindus, vast majority of Hindus for thousands of years, is the path of bhakti. Bhakti, adoration, devotion, worship, building a link with a super personality. Bhakti is the most natural pathway we've been promoted in order to make progress spiritually. So, how do you practice bhakti? And people ask me, Dilip, surely there must be an open university course teaching the bhakti marg of developing love and devotion for God. Surely there must be a course. There are courses for everything now. There must be a course for bhakti as well.
There must be an app for that as well.
I say, look, read your scriptures. It tells you how bhakti can be developed. You don't need to go to a university and get a degree in bhakti to develop devotion. Do you know how it comes and why it's such a lovely pathway? Because it is if you like, it reveals our natural connection, our natural linkage to God. Bhakti is nothing but, if you like, expression of our natural link with the idea of the spirit, God. And how does it become revealed? When you remove the clutter that is bothering you. You see, all our lives, we live in a clutter, trying to fulfill that desire, sorting out that social issue, that medical issue, that financial issue. We are always kind of crowded with so many things to fulfill. In the process, our lives become very cluttered. Analyze our lives. All of you, analyze your lives. You'll find that you're living in a waffle, real clutter. The path of bhakti says, oh my friends, just remove the clutter in your life. Just remove this nonsense that is stealing your attention. Just push it aside. If you can succeed in doing it, bhakti will spring up very naturally. It cannot be stopped.
So, is he saying, I think I understand it to some degree. I'm guessing it's the sheer fact that there's, obviously our intellect is kind of blocking our intelligence. Is it blocking some of our ability to be devoted? Because we're constantly thinking about things, how to solve things, how to fix things, instead of just being devoted to God, where he's like, you know what, I'll do the best I can with what I got, and then let God handle the rest, kind of deal. Whereas opposed to you're trying to handle everything, and you trying to handle everything, your thoughts saying, could I do this? No. Could I do that? No. Can I do this one? What if I get his help? What if I get her help? What if I get help from both of them? Will that work? Maybe if they do this, this, and this. But instead you're saying, well, let me do the best I got. Okay, can I get some help? Let's try it. If it doesn't work, then you know what? We did the best we can. I'm wondering if that's what it means by just getting rid of too many thoughts in your mind and just doing the best you can instead of constantly trying to refine or trying too hard and trying to solve the problem, where you're just constantly being distracted.
Don't you see? You are linked to the ultimate reality. You are the real son of this father and mother. And that linkage becomes revealed as natural, very natural attraction toward the idea of the spirit of God. It becomes very easily visible in our lives. Whenever we remove these distractions, bhakti springs up naturally. You don't have to impose it. You don't have to force it. It will flow. If it doesn't come, something is wrong with the whole enterprise. Religion is the best of time then. It must come naturally. Now you see, you can say that's a marvelous way, but we are greedy and we like to classify things. So even in the idea of bhakti, we classify. We say, what kind of bhaktas do we have? There are categories. Oh, there are categories. Yes, you can get A star like GCSE or A grade or B grade like that. In bhakti also we give grades.
Free
Oh
e-learning
jeez,
course
they
in Hinduism.
didn't let him explain the grades. It's like, how is he going to explain that with only 1 minute left? So anyway, he made me think of something towards the end there. Let me pause it, and because I can't remember, let me rewatch that. Actually, you know, let's rewatch it together.
Categories. There are categories. We are greedy and we like to classify things. It will flow. If it doesn't come, something is wrong with the whole enterprise. Religion is the best of time then. It must come naturally to the idea of the Spirit of God. It becomes very easily visible in our lives. Whenever we remove these distractions, Bhakti springs up naturally. You don't have to impose it. You don't have to force it.
Okay, so that part right there, I was thinking, what he's basically saying is that, or at least from what I said earlier, was the fact that you're constantly thinking of so many different ways to fix the problem, and you're constantly worried about the problem. And that worrying, constantly being worried, it's like, oh, did I do right? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? You know, it's like, oh, I got their help and I did the best I can, but I don't know if it worked. Did it work? Oh my gosh, tomorrow it's gonna bother me until I know for sure it works. And that also plays in part of the fact that it's not, do the best you can and then let God handle it from there. For me, I guess this is what I've been doing, to where I don't really get bothered too much, is where I did the best I can, and well, we'll just find out tomorrow. I guess it just doesn't. If I did what I can, that's it. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and worry about it. It's like, oh gosh, is it really the best I could do? Is it not? And it also goes to the fact that the two things that I say, either you can do something about it or you can't. If you can't do anything about it, then you can't do anything about it. Don't worry about it. There are people out there that say, oh, I can't do anything about it. Oh, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. I'm so worried. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? When if there's nothing you can do about it, then just wait until tomorrow to find out what happens. You know, you worrying over something that you can't do or can't do anything about is not going to help you. If you can do something about it, there's two things you can do from there. Either you do something about it or you don't do anything about it. If you don't do anything about it, well, again, you shouldn't be worried. I don't think this will apply to you. It's like, well, I can do something about it, but I'm not. Why am I not doing anything about it? It doesn't make sense for you to be worrying about something that you're not going to do anything about. You generally, at that point, you don't care. But if you do something about it, you can do something about it, well, then do it. Do the best you can, and then just, once you've done it, let it be over with, and find out whenever the answer comes. Find out then whenever you did the best, whether it worked or not. You know, he's like, oh, you don't do the best you can and then just keep constantly thinking about it. It's gonna wear on you a lot. Just do the best you can. Find out tomorrow whether it worked or not. Hopefully it worked, but you know, you won't know until tomorrow or whenever that date is. So those are the two things that I think about, that I thought about, that I've said before. That whenever you brought that up, reminded me of the two things that I do that makes me not worry about so many different things in life. Like whether I did something right or not. It's just, let me do the best I can and then leave it at that. Not worry about over whether it's like, oh, could I have done this? Could I have done that? Would have this been better? It's like, is it working? I don't know. You know, you're stressing out over stuff that, so long as you've done the best you can, then let it be. Alright, well, that's my reaction to how to cultivate Bhakti. Lakhani, Hindu Academy. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.